compliant ISO 222 cryptos will see a major boom in 2023. Now, there's been rumor about 7 to 8 of these cryptocurrencies are already on that compliant list. I'm here to debunk that because there's only 2 particular cryptocurrencies that are standing on the actual ISO 200 board standard. Now, the other cryptos, again, they are rumored to be part of that. And we're going to talk about it because you guys need the correct information so you can be a better investor. And so you're not just out here throwing your dollars, hard-earned dollars, on all 7 or 8 of these cryptocurrencies. So first and foremost, let's talk about what is ISO 222. I got an article here and bring up, and we're going to get right into it. So ISO 222 standard will set a new standard of communication for all financial institutional worldwide, right? Worldwide. We're not just talking about stateside. We're not talking about the UK, South Africa, BRICS, or whatever the case may be. We're talking worldwide. Now, currently, there's a protocol in place called the SWIFT, and we'll talk more about the SWIFT versus ISO 222 and what that's going to look like. So the 222 standard will completely change the financial landscape and improve international money transfers. Now, if you ever try to send any money to another country, you know it takes a long time, and there's reasons behind that. And that SWIFT protocol takes about 3 to 5 days just to try to send a wire transfer to another country. Now, just think if that person needed that money ASAP, it's emergency, they're going to take them a while. Or you think about other big corporations settling funds. Let's say Nike, and you know they got factories in Taiwan, and they want their money for the work that they do. Current protocol is slow. It's outdated. We hear about all the upgrades on what blockchain technology is. This is the whole reason of ISO. So I digress from that. International money transfer. European would transfer to ISO 222 towards the end of 2022. We already passed that. They should already have it implemented in Euro, the UK. Us in the US, we're implementing that in 2023. Now, I don't know if that's Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4, but sometime this year, we should be implementing ISO 222 standard. Cryptos that update their blockchains, this is very important. Cryptos that updated their blockchains to comply with the new ISO standard will likely appreciate in price if they are chosen for payments by banks. The key words in there is if they update their standard, right? Update their blockchain to comply. Key words, right? Update blockchain to comply with the new ISO standard will likely appreciate in price if they are chosen for payments for banks. So while you hear everyone saying, hey, you need to be buying these ISO 200, it's going to the moon, da, 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 da. There's a lot of variables, requirements on the back end. They have to update their blockchain to be able to handle that ISO standard. And it's not a guarantee that these prices are going to go to the moon. I want to say that, and I say that because I want these projects to go to the moon, but we need to bake in the realness of it. It's no guarantees, right? The new ISO 222 standard will be used for global payment system, message exchanging, right? This messaging format, trading, and other activities. Now, how does it affect this with BRICS creating their own centralized central banking digital currency? They're not using the US dollar to settle trades, regardless of what currency they're settling in. When you're dealing with different nations, different countries, there's a system to be in place that needs to be adapted for message trafficking formatting to complete those transactions. So this is standard regardless, right? Regardless of what's going on in the world. It defines a change such as encoding data to XLM format, new digital token identifiers. So basically we're talking blockchain technology, right? So before we get into the list of these ISOs, I want to talk about SWIFT very, very quickly. SWIFT, the current protocol, right? Current protocol for global messaging network that the banks are using to send funds internationally will be entirely updated to ISO 222 near start of 2023. We're in 2023 right now. Again, don't know if it's Q1, 2, 3, or 4. The original format would no longer be used at all by 2025. What's in 2025, people? The bull run. Bitcoin halving? Is this by coincidence or this is by design? Think about it, right? This is why we saying buy. It's important to start accumulating your crypto bags right now, the projects that you want to be in before 2025 bull run. These different regulations and standards are coming out before the bull run. Keep that in mind. What would make a crypto ISO compliant, right? Before we get into the list, we got to understand why they make it compliant. The 222 ISO update could give certain cryptos the advantage of being ISO compliant and chosen by banks for the crypto payments. Now, I know a lot of people are against working with banks and centralized institutions, but let's be honest, for crypto or digital assets and bags to fully fully mature, we need institutional and corporate backing for adoption. I understand. Forget those guys in the central. They don't care about us as DeFi till I die. Listen, I love all my retail investors because I am a retail investor. It's not enough of us, and we don't have the big capital to really make these projects go. So we need adoption. Understand. I know you get excited when, like, let's say Avalanche partners up with Amazon or XRP partners up with Apple, and you're tweeting, hey, Sheep, Amazon, y'all need to, you guys low down, deep down inside, you want this type of adoption. Regardless of what you say, especially if you're supporting the cryptocurrency and they're adopting these corporate backings and institutional funds, that means more money for us. So we all got to work together in some state, right? Again, don't bite my head off like, oh, you're not true crypto and DeFi. Look, I'm an investor. I want the best for my initial investment for the outcome. And I want the best for digital assets as well too. I believe in cryptocurrency. It's definitely the future. For sure. All right, let's go. While the blockchain community often criticizes centralized bank services for being slow and outdated, this update can signal they're ready for the change. We know the financial system, other systems such as healthcare as well are outdated and slow. We need crypto projects such as ones I'm going to mention to change that, as that brings more adoption. To be compliant, a crypto blockchain would have to fulfill all SWIFT communication requirements, including the ability to pass customer data on the blockchain. We already know the blockchain can do that securely and safely. We already know that. This will increase safety for the customers and using centralized bankers to send decentralized crypto. We know we check those boxes. We all good. Now let's talk about the ISO 20022 crypto list. This is what y'all came here for. So far, the only two compatible crypto projects are Ripple, XRP, and Stellar Luma, XLM. Now we know XLM and Stellar Luma, the creators of that came from Ripple. So it's like the poor man Ripple, right? It's rumored that cryptos like IOTA and Algorand, and I know you guys have seen multiple videos talking about they're already compliant or whatever the case may be. That is a rumor. They are not on the governing body. The only two cryptos that are on that standard body is XRP and XLM. Know that. All the other ones are to be rumored or they're just members of. However, going back to this, Ripple is the only crypto player that is officially part of the ISO 20022 management group. I repeat, Ripple is the only crypto player that's officially part of its ISO 20022 management group. This is why so many people are bullish on Ripple, XRP, regardless if they win the case or don't win the case. It's gonna have some type of effect. If they win the case, people are projecting that XRPs are gonna go shoot to the moon, $100 off the rip. If they lose the case, you might see just the standard move. I don't think people are going to abandon XRP if they lose the case with the XEC, especially when they have plans of uprooting from the United States and going overseas into like Dubai or the UK, where they already have rules in place. So something to keep your eyes on. Here is the full list of cryptocurrency that are ISO 20022 compliant. So let's break this down. You have Ripple, XRP, that's their ticker sign, member of the ISO 20022 standard body. Stellar Luma, XLML, members of the ISO 20022 standard body. Now let's talk about who is compliant. XDC, IOTA, Algorand, those three are compliant. Those three crypto projects are compliant. You see it right here. These three are compliant. Rumored to be compliant: 𝐻BAR, Quant, and Cardano. So this is the main list. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cryptocurrencies within that crypto list of ISO. Again, there's only 2 that are members of the standard bodies. What qualifies Ripple to be a member of its group along with such major players as Visa and MasterCard? Ripple is currently the second largest fintech company in the United States, only falling behind Stripe. That's big, bro. That's big. That's big. And if they decide to uproot the United States, that's going to be a major blow to the United States and their innovation. And Congress knows that, and that's why they're on Gary Gensler's head about setting some rules and regulations. But that's a whole nother video. XRP as well as Stellar Luma Crypto XM, both created by 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞, are both designed to move money at a very fast speed and very low cost. The average XRP transaction time settles at 3 seconds compared to 45 minutes for Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin is at 45 minutes to settle, that is still faster than the Swift protocol. The Swift protocol takes days, and there's so many hoops that you got to go through. It's so much hard paperwork that needs to be filed. When you're dealing with the blockchain, the receipts is in the blockchain, right? We know this already. We're in crypto. We know the blockchain is better than what they're doing. The main difference between the two cryptocurrencies is that XRP gears towards the banking sector. We know XRP is the banking coin, and XLM is geared towards governments and digital currencies. Your boy Jed is working both. He's working both. He's out here mixing the pot like James Harden. He's working 2 phones. He's working the banking sector and the government sector. Shout out to the boy over there, man. Getting it done. For one, Ukraine chooses XLM to build their official digital currency. Listen, centralized digital banking currencies are not going anywhere. I know people don't like them. I hate them. I think they're dumb, but they're not going anywhere. So we can sit here and complain and fight and sit here and just talk trash about it, or we can see who is aligning themselves with these different currencies or these countries and nations who's going to be dropping these CDBCs and put our money in and invest in it. Now, that's totally up to you, right? I'm not telling you you should be buying these projects or what. If your moral compass is telling you not to do it, I get it. I totally understand. I'm an investor. Again, I don't see anything wrong with putting your money into certain projects that are aligning themselves with nations and corporations. That's just part of the game, right? It's just part of the game. It is what it is, right? So, in conclusion, right, we identified these projects, right? We know Ripple, XLM, XRP, XLM. Those are the ones that's part of the actual governing body, right? Or the members of the standard body for ISO 20022. XDC, IOTA, Algorand, they are compliant. 𝐻BAR, Quant, Cardano, they are rumored to be compliant. Now, I will tell you this, and I don't know how long that list has been out. I know I won't say a fact, but just doing my research on Quant, they fall under that CDBC. They have the technology already in place. I don't know what it requires for them to go from rumored to be compliant to compliant or even being part of the standard body. But I highly suggest you look at all 8 of those projects. All 8 of those projects are going to be major players in this financial space, which I personally believe in this particular bill run coming up. Financial, fintech type projects in crypto space is going to be huge. It's going to be huge because, as you can see, the world is shifting. They're not replacing paper with digital currency, but they're going to be having the two. And I say probably in 2035, 2040, we might be a paperless world, honestly, when it comes to currency. So we're slowly making that change. So definitely keep your eyes out on these projects. I'm going to make more videos breaking each of these projects down, and I'm going to break it down in a new series called ISO20022. I don't know what the name is going to be, but just be on the lookout for those videos. So click the notification bell. Thank y'all for pulling up. Thank y'all for the likes, subscribes, and the sharing. Again, this is your boy. I'm Shooter the Investor, man. I checked in for the game. Peace. I love y'all. Don't sleep on these projects. I'm telling y'all, man. Hey, don't sleep.